Good evening, welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is DJ Solss. Thank you very much for all of you that actually managed to subscribe to my channel. This channel, I'll be sharing with you some of the stories, the drama, all the things that actually happened in my life. I think the most interesting story is how wonderful God has been to me. Can you believe if I tell you that I've been shot twice? The first time I was taken by surprise. The guy shot me from outside of the vehicle, but even though with a bullet I managed to actually drive away from the scene. The interesting shooting incident is it happened when I was in Nelspruit, and I was sleeping when it actually happened. So funny enough, I used to stay in a house in a place called Kamagugu. So on that specific night, I went to bed as usual, and for some reason, around about 2 o'clock in the morning, I could hear, hey, it seems like there's movement within the house. But I just ignored. But somewhere around 2:30 in the morning, I think it must have been God, because I just actually woke up. Immediately when I woke up, I find there's somebody at the end of my bed, and that person had a gun. And then the first thing that came to mind is, somebody in my room with a gun? What's happening here? And the guy was surprised, and he just said, Nzogdula. Like, hey, I know what is Nzogdula, because it happened to me in 2007. So immediately that Nzogdula word triggered things where a normal person, when he's actually confronted and pointed with a gun, will actually plead and ask for a person or a person that's holding a gun to spare their life. But for some reason, me being me, I jumped off the bed and then I fell onto the floor. Exactly where I fell, that's where my gun was. Guess what happened? I immediately actually grabbed my gun, cocked it. I started firing. I don't know what happened with the person or whether his gun jammed, because I could pick up some live ammunition to show that his gun was jammed. I fired shots. I don't know whether I shot him, but I fired a couple of shots. And he fired some shots as he's running. And he managed to actually escape with my car keys. But where I was actually standing, I was not sure whether he's gone, because by mistake he kept pressing the car keys. In my mind, I thought he's still in the house. So that is that. Fast forwarding to my neighbors calling the police to say, you know what, we're hearing some gunshots next door. The police arrived, and we started searching, because I could see like some mark as if somebody went to into the ceiling. But apparently the mark that we were seeing, it was from the bullet that he shot from outside of the house. He shot the sitting room door, went straight into the toilet door, and actually hit tiles in the toilet. So all those dirt and marks is from there. And then guys, you need to know, when there's a shooting incident, you need, this is a standard, it will happen. The police came and actually disarmed me. They took my firearm for ballistic. Now mind you, the person that was in, I don't even know why he was in the house. Was he there to kill me? What for? But now they disarmed me, they took my gun. I'm somewhere in the Bundu, I don't know anyone there. The next day I phoned my company. At that time I was still working for Mercedes. I called them, I said, you know what guys, I can't actually take it here. I need to actually move. Fortunately enough, the company was very understanding, and I was moved to Bulwan, where I went there and actually started a new life. The interesting part, this is very funny, is my parents didn't like the idea that their son has a gun. I remember I got my gun at a very young age. I think it was 1997 when I was staying in Hillbrook. They didn't like the idea that I've got a gun. But for that specific incident and what happened, hey, my mother would call me. Did the police give you back your gun? Did they give you back your gun? So I think with God and the bit of my gun, my life was spared, and then my parents were very grateful, and then they always actually wish that I had my gun back. I only got my gun after 2 months, and funny enough, there was no ballistic done, nothing. I just got my gun back, and that time I was staying in Bulwan, and then that's it. But the challenge that I had was having to deal with the trauma of this second shootout. With the first shooting, I was shot, went to hospital, they removed the bullet, and then from there I'm back to work. With this specific one, the company sent me for counseling, and I can tell you that counseling kind of actually messed up with my head, because I became this person that is like, I don't know, will I say super? Because from that day, when something happens, or maybe there's a movement or something that is actually threatening me, my hand automatically reach for my gun, automatically without me thinking. But I'm just actually glad that I'm alive today, and I can actually walk without actually limping. I'm glad that actually these things actually happen, so that I can learn and appreciate the presence of God and the prayers of my parents, and then let them rest in peace. I am where I am because of their prayers, and I think they are still actually praying for me now. And they continue to actually pray for me. But anyway, let's meet again. There's a lot of stories that actually happened in my life where I have actually escaped because God loves me, and maybe because of the prayers of my parents. For today, this is what I have. Please remember to subscribe to my YouTube channel. It's actually DJ Solss. Follow me on Twitter, it's DJ Solss. Follow me on Facebook, DJ Solss. And thank you very much. Until we meet again.